classroom global learning. Yeah. So iEARN is a method, is a solution for us teachers, English teachers, to integrate or to bring into the classroom the global learning. What is this and how do we do and what should we do in order to start working with global learning? Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out. Wait a little bit. If there is a little bit noisy, please tell me and I'm going to close the window if it's okay. Sharing. Okay, let it be the whole screen. Yes. Okay. Before starting, I would kindly, because, I presented myself, or Margareta presented myself. So I'm Olga Morazan. Beside the fact that Margareta, what the information that our colleague from America House shared with us about me, I would like to ask you to write or to present shortly yourself in our chat box. Just telling your name and the institution you are coming from. Yeah. And saying some welcoming, I don't know, thoughts or ideas to other colleagues. Please write in the chat your name, the institution you are coming from. Okay. And the reason shortly why are you here. Okay. Svetlana, hi. From Malovata Nova. Galina, welcome. Long time no see. From Yalovien. Okay. Wishing to bring global learning into the classroom. Let's see somebody else. Oksana. Yes, from Churescu. Oksana, do you have a gymnasium there? I think there is a gymnasium, and I know very well one of their teachers from there. I think she's also the vice director for education or instruction. Nicolina. I'm looking forward to learning about international project management, getting to know more inspiring teachers. This sounds great, Nicolina. Okay. Somebody is from Bolchescu. Okay. So yes. Oksana, yes. Marina, okay. Minerva Chișinău, yes. Trușeni. Interesting. Marian, Complexul Educațional Trușeni. I haven't heard it. This is not a school, yes? So this is like educational center. Okay. Angela, yes. Good afternoon. Doing anyone else? This is at Buchanan, I think. Yes. Oh, no, Orhei. Nice. And this is a new experience for me. Great. Viorica. Gheorghesaki. That's good. Renata Chișinău. Leona Mireacre. Aristotel. I'm here to participate in the iEARN mentorship program and learn how to engage my students in the international projects. Natalia from Columna Lyceum. To know more about exact facts about the project, how to try the global learning with my students this year. Okay, so we are quite many people. I'm very happy for that. Yes, I think we will stop to this. But feel free, if you haven't managed to write, feel free and we could come back and welcome you. Yeah, welcome everybody. Nelly, promethean pro talent, innovation and distinguish between a leader and a follower. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Good. So welcome everybody. What we're going to do today, we're going to talk about international project management based on this network, which is very similar with the twinning. So, and it's not about today's session, it's for the program that we were talking that you will be implementing during this semester. Okay, so can you tell me that what you could see? Can you see this? Please tell me if you could see it.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, that's great. So I would like to ask you to join this. So you go to join.nearport.com and you could write this code, or I'm going to wait a little bit. Okay. I'm going to copy the link and just to give you the link. Wait a little bit. I will be copying the link and to give you the link. Let me try to, okay. Yes. Can you try the link and tell me if it works? So you will need to have such kind of page. Tell me if it works. You'll have to write your full name, or if you want it, an optional nickname if you want it. It's and join the lesson. While you are doing this, I will try to do something else. Yeah. Let me close the window. Okay. Please let me know if you were able to enter this lesson. I have shared with you the link. Okay, let me see. It's fine. Great. I will copy when it works. That's great. I will copy again and repost it again because somebody joined later. Here is the link in the chat. Yeah. I kindly ask everyone just to tell me, I mean, besides those that have already mentioned, like you are Dean or it works, can you please write plus or minus in the chat so I'm going to know who managed and who didn't to get into the app? Plus, minus. Plus will work for I'm there, everything works. Plus. Right? Plus. Somebody else? So again, you click on the link, and the link will guide you, will lead you to a page where you will need just to join the lesson on Nearport platform. I think I'm there. That's good, Alena. Plus, minus. Okay. Plus, Nelly. Great. Well, we are waiting for the others to join. Yep, Nicolina. Great. So the reason we decided to have this session online was due to the weather condition of that we're not sure how it is going to happen and what is going to happen today. So it was just the first beginning, and this is the beginning of the project program. That's the reason we decided to have it online, to ensure to facilitate the access to everyone who might be limited because of the any kind of rainy conditions or emergency situation that has recently happened in Chisinau and Moldova. Yes, Tatiana, that's great. Waiting for the others. Okay. So what is Nearport? Probably you're familiar with that. I like it very much. It's a platform where you could absolutely create your own lessons and using different sources and different materials. And I in order to introduce or to start discussing with you about what is global learning, why is it important? Yes, Oksana, you are there. Yeah. I would like to propose you to watch some video, and based on this video, we're going to have some activities, which is part of Nearport. So, yeah, you absolutely, it's very easy to create your lesson plans using Nearport. And you could have it in the classroom, either virtual lesson plans, online lesson plan or lessons, or I mean, during the classroom as well. What you need the students just to have their mobile phones next to them to be connected to internet. Okay, so I see the majority are there. Yes. If somebody has some difficulties, please write so we will help you to address this issue. Do we have someone that struggles or not? If not, are we okay? Are we okay? I see people nodding. Yes, no more. No more.
Mrs. Olga, I think I can't find the video.
No, okay, I'm going again, Natalia, to you just look here in the chat. You're going to have this link. Open the link. Open the link. I have just shared it. And there will appear. Let me show you what you.
I have already opened it.
So what you need to do? Look
I
here.
think I lost the page or somewhere.
No,
yes,
no.
I wrote my name. I wrote my nickname.
Okay, and join the lesson.
Yeah. Yes, I joined.
And when you join the lesson, there will appear. There should be. I mean, what either this page or nothing, just waiting because I need to click on it, so it is going to start working. Why I choose? Well, teaching, I'll choose the teacher mode. So see, look at the screen, and on your phone or on your computer later will appear some task. Is it okay? Yes? Okay. So, ready? Is it okay? We'll see. If it doesn't work, we will help you. Yes? Now, we are going to watch some, and you could see the video is split in several parts. We are going to watch the video, and based on the video, I would like to invite you after that to discuss. Ready? But at the very beginning, if the video doesn't or the sound doesn't work, please tell me immediately. I really hope it is going to work and everything is right. Can you hear it? Yes, then it works. So let's watch.
This is a very important story. The important story. In the midst of COVID-19, it's an historic opportunity to look at the facts of the world as it is, and then to focus on the solutions to some of our greatest problems. In the 75 years since the United Nations was founded, the human race has never had to face a set of challenges like we do right now. But together, we can overcome them. It's a myth that each and every one of us doesn't have the ability to change the world dramatically and quickly. There have been enormous shifts in power and behavior to the benefit of all humanity. It can happen again. It always seems impossible until it's done. These are some of the things that must be done.
Okay. What did Nelson Mandela say? Could you please write? So there will appear some question. This question will appear on your either mobile phone or your computer. Please answer. What did Nelson Mandela say? Let me replay it again.
Mrs. Olga, is it possible to make it louder? Because it's barely understandable somehow. We cannot. The sound is on, but it's not loud enough. So
Okay, let me try again. Is it for everyone or in particular for the Americans?
For me as well.
Okay, let's try it one more time.
maybe subtitles. It's not.
Mm.
No, okay.
Oh.
This is a very important story. The important story. In the midst of COVID-19, it's an historic opportunity to look at the facts of the world as it is, and then to focus on the solutions to some of our greatest problems. In the 75 years since the United Nations was founded, the human race has never had to face a set of challenges like we do right now. But together, we can overcome them. It's a myth that each and every one of us doesn't have the ability to change the world dramatically and quickly. There have been enormous shifts in power and behavior to the benefit of all humanity, and it can happen again. Nelson Mandela said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." These are some of the things that must be done.
Okay, was it better now?
A little bit.
Okay, but you have their
Subtitles.
script,
Yes.
subtitles, yeah.
Okay,
What
should
did
we write or
yeah,
can we
please.
say?
Yes. Please
Okay,
write.
so Nelson Mandela said that it's always impossible until it's done.
Yes. What does it mean?
Okay, until we don't try to do anything, we can say that we can't do anything.
Yeah, of course.
So we should make a try, an attempt to do.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to express their opinion? What does this saying mean? Okay, do you agree with this or not? No? Okay. So actually you're right when you speak about that we need to try and we must try something to change or to do something. Do not wait for others to show us how or just expecting that others are going to change something. I really like the quote that JF Kennedy, so he wrote, "Do not ask the country what the country has done for you, but ask yourself what you have done for the country." Good, it's very patriotic, but speaking, you have to try something to change and to do it. Okay, let's move on.
September 2020. World is still in the grip of the pandemic. There have been more than 27 million confirmed cases, and more than 900,000 people have died. Billions of people have been in lockdown for months. Lives and livelihoods have been threatened and lost.
How many COVID-19 infection cases of people have been confirmed by September 2020? I know this is actually the pandemic that we almost forgot, but it's important to see how many. Choose the variant. How many?
900,000 people.
Okay, any other answer? You could choose, I mean, on your screen, they will appear.
27 million people.
On your screen, yeah, wait a little bit. On your screen, there will appear answers. Please choose. Okay. Yes. Yes. And I have 53, almost 54% of participants that did not answer. Okay. Yes, so the majority said 27 million people, actually, yeah. Which is after that, the number, of course, extended when increased. Let's move on.
People are emerging into a different, uncertain world with a new appetite for change.
Today, we feel the weight of history on our shoulders. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown how fragile the world is. A microscopic virus has put a human limits. And that's the view which we witness some of you.
COVID-19 has been likened to an X-ray, exposing fractures in the skeleton of the societies we have built. A world with great inequality, which must be righted. And a world which must win back against climate catastrophe.
Climate is at stake. So this is a moment to recognize that the way we have been moving leads nowhere and that we need to change course.
What problems had the COVID-19 revealed in the world? You could answer. Please answer on your device. At least one problem. What did you see there? What was mentioned or what was shown? Okay. Galina, fear, loneliness of people. Yes. Human's life is fragile, is very fragile. Yes, Marina. Somebody else? The way we were going led to nowhere, yes, and some changes, urgent measures, they needed to be executed or acted. Yes, Alena? Act now. Mm-hmm. health problems, restriction on movement and travel, change in active lifestyle. Humans' lives is fragile, we said. Okay, so actually, the pandemic showed how fragile the world is, and everything we built could be destroyed in a minute sometimes, where, I don't know, not in a minute, but during one day, or just a simple virus changed the world of humanity at all. And meaning we are very vulnerable and we are not prepared. And the world is very fragile. Good, moving on. Thank you.
In the Punjab, for the first time in generations, the Himalayas are visible once again. Lions have reclaimed the roads in Kruger National Park. In Venice, the canals run clear once more. In City, dolphins have returned.
If you look at the response of people to COVID-19, people dramatically change their lives. But people have shown an enormous capacity to adapt to new circumstances, an enormous capacity to change the way they live, the way they work, the way they organize themselves.
Okay, how has the pandemic changed the environment and people's life into better? Please answer. Margarita, you said that you cannot hear.
Now it's okay.
Okay. Yes. How has the pandemic changed the environment and people's life into better? You could type. Okay, Lilia, we became more adaptable, prepared for new changes in our life and work. Okay. Thank you. Somebody else? Good, Marina. People change their ways of living. They have adapted for a new environment and circumstances. Good. Excellent. Lions have reclaimed the roads and parks, and dolphins came back in Venice. Yes. Good point, Oksana. Galina, they spend more time with their family. They adjusted their life to the new circumstances and kept doing their jobs and sport. Okay. Somebody else? No more. People successfully adapted to the situation at hand. Good point, Alona. If somebody cannot write, you could just open on your microphone and tell your point of view. Good. I think we do not have any new answers. Okay. Yeah. Can you see it? I could see that only 36% participated. Actually, that's a good tool for me if you were students, for me to catch who is not answering and who has some issues. Okay, good. Moving on.
Changes. It is so decided.
On the 25th of September 2015, all United Nations member states signed up to the Sustainable Development Goals, a set of solutions for the biggest problems the world faces.
Okay. What did all United Nations member states sign up for on September 2015? Oh, not so, 25. September 25, very soon. And you have 4 answers. UN Sustainable Undeveloped Goals as solutions for all problems. UN Sustainable Development Goals as solutions for all problems. UN Sustainable Undeveloped Goals as solution for all problems. Or no answer at all. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the majority voted for UN Sustainable. Yeah, you're still doing that. I see 40%. Even though it's 60%, they have no answer. So 40% of participants voted for UN Sustainable Development Goals as solution for all problems. Why did they bring the topic when we speak about iEARN and global learning to UN Sustainable Development Goals, or shortly we could call them UN SDGs? Because when it comes to global learning, we refer to sustainable development. When it comes to global learning, we refer it to making students understand and feel and contribute, to learn how they could contribute to these goals and reaching goals within the classroom and outside the classroom. So this is absolutely, which is matter for us to start with something, which is global learning. This is essential for global learning. Okay, moving on. Let me see, do we have something? Yes. So that's it. Now, here is a task or a kind of, learning gaps quiz for you. Yes. Let me see if we could do it all together. And also I would like to see if I could do that using chat. Can you try doing yourself in there, doing yourself alone? And also we could do it together. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it working for you, the link? I shared the link with you. So your task will be to match all the goals to the description. Yes, Oksana. Yeah. Can you try doing yourself? And also, I would like to ask one person to help me do here. I don't want to do it by myself. Mm-hmm. Is it someone that would like to help me? For example, I don't know, Margareta, Aliona, somebody, Galina, somebody that will help me do that, and everybody will try to do it by themselves alone. It's up to you. How would you prefer? We have some goals, and this is UN Sustainable Goals, and we need to match to the description. Who would like to help me? Mm-hmm. And you could do it alone, of course. Is it someone that would like to help me? Mm-hmm. Or you better prepare and you better prefer doing alone.
I can try, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
Like just the
Yeah. So what do you need to do? Let's start with no poverty.
Yes,
Yeah?
I started with this, and I direct to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to work.
Okay, let's no poverty. You said that, let me find it. Let me find it. To ensure everyone has the opportunity.
To work.
You think this one, yeah? We'll see. Moving on. What about decent work and economic growth?
Okay, I haven't seen this one since they are hidden here.
Okay, that's okay. Let's try it.
Okay, so the second on which one?
Let's see the second. Let me find the second. Let me
Zero
find this.
hunger.
Zero hunger. What is zero hunger about?
To ensure that everyone has enough money to live.
Zero hunger. So this is what you think. This will go to this one, you think. Okay, we'll see. Point 3, good health and well-being. What do you think?
To ensure that everyone has the right medical care.
Okay, there might be. Let's see. Yeah, we could check if you want. Yes. Yeah. So this is the only one that you are right. These are not correct. I mean, this one and this one is not correct.
Okay.
Okay. Good. So moving on. Let's try. So now poverty. Let's see what might be then for the no poverty or decent work and economic growth. That might be to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to work. Don't you think? Because
yes, and no poverty is the one to ensure that everyone has enough money to live.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll see.
So we have to change them.
No, that's okay. I mean, yeah, but we will to ensure that I have to work. Let's check. Yeah, that's correct. And the money to live will go to poverty. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Money to live will go to poverty. Great. Check. Correct. Moving on. We have affordable and clean energy. Let's see. Let's see which is going to be the description.
Clean energy. Okay, so it's everyone has access to reliable, sustainable energy. Or not this one.
Yeah, let's see. Is it correct or not? You're right. Moving on. For 5, gender equality.
Okay, I have seen somewhere. It's about boys and girls. There was somewhere. Yes, to ensure that that girls and women have the same rights and opportunities as boys and men.
Yeah, let's see. Clean sanitation, probably that not one. This one, checking, correct. So that's correct. Moving on. Clean water and sanitation.
So it's about the healthy hygiene to ensure that everyone has the safe water and healthy hygiene.
Yeah, I cannot say it actually, honestly. Oh, yeah, here you go. This one, checking. Is it working? Yes. Quality education. Quality education.
To ensure that everyone has the opportunity to go to school.
Yeah, that's good. So changing the places. Okay. Now checking, right? Zero hunger.
Again, this one.
Yeah, which was incorrect. Zero hunger.
Had enough food to eat.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yes, it was.
So, and to ensure we have 2 more. So this is infrastructure, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, and reduce inequalities. What will go with what? We have 2 more. This one and this one. These are 2.
Okay, so it's about infrastructure one, innovation.
To ensure that industry
is responsible in protecting people and the
environment. So industry and innovation, infrastructure, when it comes, let's check. Yes. And this one, reduce inequality, law and societies that protect everyone equally.
Yes.
Yeah, great. You found the solutions. So when we speak about UN sustainable goals, when we speak about changing the world or teaching our students about, how to address the global issues, we do not relate only to quality education in the classroom, since this is about education. Not only to quality education, we have to have aligning, or we have to align our content in our topics we discuss to all these UN Sustainable Development Goals. They are not all, because there were too many. That's the reason I just selected some of them. Yes, and Moldova is also part of this UN. So all the policies that we have and strategies, they are all in line, including the Code of Education, including the strategy, the new strategies that we have. And the previous strategy, education 2030 now, it's the new one. And the previous which we had, also it was aligned to promoting and ensuring in education this UN Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you. So somebody wrote, Bună ziua. Yeah, Bună ziua, doamna Nina. Moving on. Moving on. Let me close it. Thank you. Moving on. Do you have any questions? Was it easy? Was it difficult to do? Those that have done it by themselves online? Any questions? Everybody's silent? Easy. Thank you, Alena. Easy. Great. Somebody wrote as well. Yes. Very interesting. That's good. It's okay for you just if you speak. I know it's very convenient for us to be silent. I like it to do myself that. Good. Now, that's very interesting that we are talking about that we need to do this, we need to do, and we need to promote those UN Sustainable Development Goals and global learning in the classroom. How can we do that? Of course, it's about the project. But before talking about projects, I decided to offer you some resources which are quite easy to follow and are useful for us teachers, as they absolutely have the models of the lessons, a ready-made lesson that you could do together with the students in the classroom. I'm going to show some of the links and some of the resources. That one of them is called it's of the United Nations .org website. It's about UN Sustainable Development Goals, where you could find a lot of information specifically for all goals that we have. For example, goal 1, no poverty, and donate what you don't use. Okay, and read more about goal 1, for example. If you click on that, you're going to find a lot of information, a lot of statistical information relating to the poverty, even though in Moldova, you can speak, Moldova is also considering the poor country in Europe, but speaking about statistics, we can find that the degree of poverty in Moldova increased comparing to the previous years, in particular in the rural areas. So when we speak about poverty, it doesn't relate only to sub-Saharan countries, which you could find in sub-Saharan Africa, for example, which is of course a big issue, and it's good for the students as well to find out and to compare what is the situation there at this continent, African continent, but also this phenomenon and that phenomenon exists in Moldova as well. Okay, why is there so much poverty? Why should I care about others' economic situation? Why is social protection so important? So some of the useful information which you absolutely could find useful for you in order to discuss with students in the classroom. What you could do in this situation, you could have it like scavenger hunt, online scavenger hunt, give them the link, invite them to, in group to find out, you could create some certain questions and ask them to navigate online and to scavenge to find these answers to the question that you offered. For example, about facts and figures. And you could see that 575 million people are still living in extreme poverty. This is a huge number. And that is half the national poverty level by 2030. You could imagine that. So that happens, and it is going to increase even more and more, this phenomenon. So besides some statistics that you could find here, some useful links, of course, you could find some posters, infographics, showing you a lot of information about, and some graphics, graphs, and visual information that you could find. Besides, remember, there would be even some lesson plans on information, some resources that could absolutely use it. Okay, so same information you could find about all of these 17 goals, because actually we were talking about 10 in this game, but we have 17 goals, and you could see 11, this is cities or smart cities, 12, sustainable consumption and production, speaking about how to be more reasonable consumer, climate action, oceans, biodiversity, forest desertification, and the ones is peace, justice, and strong institutions, speaking about peaceful education, what is going on now around the globe. And of course, 70, Glow 70, which relate to partnership. What does it mean? Partnership, that means having all the countries who signed or aligned to these UN sustainable goals to contribute and to collaborate together in order to meet during different policies, different strategies, different educational materials, any kind of project that may happen in the country, anything which could relate and could meet and contribute to reaching these goals, having their own contribution. That's the reason it's not about this duty or this responsibility is not only for us adults, but for young generation. And we as adults, as teachers, we have to prepare them better understand that they have to contribute from there and being more sustainable in what they are doing. Okay, not only being selfish, but that is partnership, that's contributing through different partnerships to this. Okay, good. So I'm going to leave this link, and you'll see in the presentation, because this presentation will be shared after that with you. And if you want, I could even send a link at the end of today's session, some links that including the video that we were talking about. So you could have these useful resources when you speak about all these UN sustainable goals that you could find in the classroom. Okay. Besides this, there are some of the lessons plans, and it is called World of Largest Lesson Plan. Here you go. So I'm going to share with you this link in their chat. Hope it's going to work. Yeah, can you please tell me if you could open it? Just tell me if you open it. If not, I'm going to share it differently. Let me try it differently. Let me try it differently. Just tell me yes, then it's okay. So what is with this? Sometimes it's very difficult for us teachers to introduce our students into their UN Sustainable Development, not teachers, but students, our students, to what is UN Sustainable Development Goal. So, and in this situation, the UN, United Nations, they offer us a lesson plan, which is called World Largest Lesson. And it involves working together to achieve the global goals. Total time for this, it's 60 minutes. You could do it range like from 8 years to 11 years old. Of course, you could find some others. I mean, I have chosen this, which is like medium, but you could chat, and don't forget, 8, 11 years old, it's for native speakers. We are talking about foreign language, yeah? So English, EFL. That's the reason you could bring in the classroom and adapt it from different, for different ages as well. So during what subjects you could do social sciences, language as well, because what I like about the language classes, in the language classes, we could bring any topic that we would prefer talking, but it's important to be in English and connected to educational goals and all the competence that we need to attain. Okay, so what is your task now? And it's first of all, and here the lesson plan shows what is the UN or US UN SDG goal that you contribute by teaching this lesson plan. And it's number 17th, meaning partnership. Yeah, attaining or reaching the goals, the partnership, making people responsible and knowledgeable and accountable for their commitment and responsibility to contribute to these goals. What I would like you to do, I would like to offer you, and I think we could work in Google, not in Google, but let's do it. Okay. Oh my gosh, Margarita, I think I would need to, yeah, stop share, I know. So, how many people are we? Are we 16th? Minus Margarita, we are now 15. We are 14th with me. So what I would like you to do, we will have breakout rooms. Can you please copy the link that I have shared with you? And you will be divided for, let's say, 10 minutes in the group with some people in breakout rooms. And you'll have to discuss or to say, what is the lesson about? This lesson about? What do you like about this? And how do you see this integrated into the classroom? Okay? Speaking about this lesson plan on informing and teaching students about UN Sustainable Development Goals. Is it okay for you? So again, please copy the link, have it copied and opened somewhere, on your device. And now we will, somebody wanted to join. And now we will divide you into breakout rooms and you'll have 10 minutes to look through the lesson plans and analyze it and then come back and tell us what do you like, what does it teach, what does it propose. It's actually very simple, but it's interesting and it's a new way to teach a little bit this topic to students. Ready? Are you okay with that? Good. So we are, how many? We are 15th? No, we are 14th. Let's have it for. Okay. Please join your rooms now.
Mrs. Renata, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, I just left the room because no one was there. I was the only participant.
And actually in this one as well, I don't think Mrs. Renata is here. So we'll see, maybe we'll assign a new member. Maybe Mrs. Galina should just join.
Okay, thank you.
See if we can assign one. Oh, okay, great.
Okay, so at least we are two, except you. We can't hear you. Mhm.
1 second, Mrs. Galina is reconnecting to this chat. And I don't think Renata is here. Maybe I should just, I don't know. But Mrs. Galina. Thank you. How are you? Mrs. Galina, you should join the breakout room number 1. There is. Okay, that's very direct. Impara conectarla. Не видать, ничего не бывает под вчером сконнектация интернета.
Okay. So guys, sorry. I'm used to students. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, what is the experience or what, because I managed to join some working groups, breakout rooms. And can you please tell me what is your general impression about this lesson plan? What are the activities that you consider that you could do it into your classroom, and with what level, with what grade? Who would like to try? Good. I'm going to ask then people that I was working together who was Aliona. Can you please, you are the last one that I was talking, yeah?
Hello, everyone. So while looking at this plan, see that it's very well. We have attachments, we have stages, discussion, timing, and besides this, we have differentiation and alternatives. So it gives us different possibilities and to adapt it and to change it so according to our students' need. And although it is for the age range is 8 to 11 years old, I think that it can work very well to different other ages. The goal that is the main goal that is the main actually in this or central in this lesson is the goal number 17, partnerships for the girls. Since students get acquainted to all of the goals, actually, they consider the strategies for achieving the goals, students, the way they can contribute and understand the importance and work together in order to achieve the global goals. The activity that I liked the most and I managed actually to notice is the first one with the puzzles where they can find out or discover the sustainable, global goals. And what else can I say?
Which is the age, which is the grade that you might think you could personally do that? And what is the topic? What is the unit, for example, that you could discuss about this UN Sustainable Development Goals?
I don't know what to say because I see here that this lesson is for 8 to 11 years old. I teach high school students, and actually we use international books, and it depends of the level I'm teaching and according to the unit I'm teaching, we're studying together. So everything that is linked, I don't know. I think it doesn't matter which unit because there are 17, yeah, they are 17 and it can be, this lesson can be incorporated to no matter which lesson.
Okay, yeah. Good point. Somebody join again. So I'm just trying to help people that somehow were kicked off their session, and yes, help them join again. Good, thank you. Somebody else, Lilia, what do you think? Can you add something?
Okay, so are you talking about Lydia and me? Okay, so I would apply these strategies or this program to my class, first of all. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
I was just
so
moving to you.
I'm a class teacher of the 7th grade, so they are mature, let's say, enough to think, and they are responsible enough, and I think it will motivate them not only to learn English, but to work in, because they'll have to work in groups, in pairs, and working on projects motivates them and stimulates them their communicative skills. Also, they will find out and learn information that they might need in another subjects like geography or ecology, because they are already studying them. And I would apply to, we have such topics even in the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, because I'm working in a gymnasium. So we have a unit, some lessons in the final unit of all these classes about climate change, about ecology. So I think it will be a good idea to implement this program at this unit.
So is it possible actually to do that?
So it is, yes.
Yeah, so and it's very easy because you have some puzzle. You could split the this puzzle. Of course, you'll have a little bit to play, like preparing this puzzle and cutting them. But you could ask one students to help you just cutting this puzzle and having them in different groups. I tried this. Lesson and these activities with students of gymnasium level and also of high school level, and it works. And it worked absolutely. I mean, of course, it was easy for the high school students because it's easy because they have a much it's richer vocabulary. They have richer vocabulary and they could express themselves better. But it was okay for gymnasium as well. And in particular, if you're, of course, you could adapt these activities to the level of the students that you may have, of course. It doesn't matter that you could ask them. It's not important or not necessary to ask them, how can you contribute to that? Or what did you do personally? They would say, I think, it's possible, even the 8th grade. I planted a tree together with my granny. It's easy. Or I don't know, I bought less, I don't know, plastic bags in the shop, for example, using very simple structures. So you could adapt this. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's move on. So you again, I'm repeating. I will leave you all the time. So some of the links and some of the materials that you could actually use it. Something is going on. Let's see. Continue. Yes.
Архітектури в школі грав постер, розкрив, ну, Європі.
So these are, of course, some extracts from the video that I previously showed you, but you could teach the students to feel the issues, because to feel those problems. And this is one example of the videos when you could ask the students, how did you feel? What are the feelings? What are the emotions that you, the characters or people who were trying to escape and they were exposed to the fire, to this big fire in Australia, for example. That was the lady or the girl who was trying to hide herself and to skip these places where with a lot of wildfires, and teaching about the emotions, about the fears, about the feelings, yeah, and why was that, yeah, because when you use only pictures, sometimes the pictures could not say many words as just sound or the I don't know, the videos. So here is an example speaking about the climate action that we need to take and climate change that occurs, which is one of the UN Sustainable Development Goals as well. Another thing, I will skip some of their activities. Another kind of guide, which I really like, is the Lazy Person's Guide to Saving the World. So what is that? It's meaning that everyone can contribute to that. And speaking about Mandela's ideas that you better get involved and you better act and do not wait others to do it and try to save it and to contribute to this. So this is the guide, which is I really like the lazy person. Everybody could do it, absolutely. So, and it's for different levels. I'm going to share it with you as well. So this is the link. You will have it in your pocket, let's say. Yes, in your luggage. Ask you what you could do. You could ask the students about things you can do from your coach. Because when you speak about how can you personal, good, we see the world, we see the problem, we see that is there are different natural disasters occurring around the world, in particular, including Moldova, and we have lived this yesterday or 3 days ago. And when me personally, I was blocked into the, I mean, the waters with my car in the car, and I was not able to move for 5 hours, waiting for the rescue to come and to save me or to help me. That was on Saturday. So yeah, so we see that. But, and we tell the story to our students, but they see sometimes they feel disconnected from that. And they say, yes, we need to do it, because when it's the matter of teacher, we have to develop the competences, to develop the attitudes and skills or the knowledge, how we actually could do and what we personally could do in order to better understand. There is a very smart or very interesting guide that will show you that you could absolutely can contribute from your coach. Level 1, when you could be absolutely lazy and you could do whatever you want. So here is that. For example, things you can do from your coach. Save electricity by plugging appliances into a power strip and turning them off completely when not in use, including your computer. Very often we could prefer, and the students as well prefer, leaving the computer and the socket switched on. Like, okay, I'm going to work tomorrow, so I'm going to work, I don't know, in the evening. Stop paper bank statements and pay your bills online or via mobile. For example, it's speaking about adults. Even speaking about teachers, I have some of my colleagues that really like when it is printed everything. They dislike when it is I mean, online version, because it's much more difficult. They need a paper where they will write something. So this is, again, we could contribute by reducing that. I mean, do not stop this habit like printing this paper, but reducing the number of copies and using the online version, for example. Share, don't just like. If you've seen an interesting social media post about women's rights or climate change, share it to folks in your network, see it too. So, of course, we're not talking about only young children, and this is, and for the adults and for teachers as well. I mean, and speaking about teenagers or adolescents, that way, how we could ask them to do that. They absolutely share all different TikTok movies, and they like it about, I don't know, any influencers that they consider influencers talking about their daily life with no any reasons. But less on engagement and leadership, women engagement or climate change that's happening. So when you share, you express your commitment, express your awareness about that and your concern, and share it to your friends to see it as well. Report online bullies, for example. That not so often happens. If you notice harassment on a message board, on a chat room, flag that person. Unfortunately, people usually prefer like being very, I mean, it doesn't matter for me. Yes, I dislike it, but it's not about me. So not, this doesn't often happen, but it happens. Stay informed, follow your local news and stay in touch. Not using, I mean, trying to open this news podcast and or broadcast and websites in order to see what's going on around. And not only, I mean, using different resources, because it's speaking about media literacy as well here, and so on and so forth. Level 2, for example. So there is, you can, when it's like what you could do from level 2, yeah? Things you can do at home, for example. And this is called household hero. Eat less meat, poultry, and fish. That's about me. I really like eating meat. More resources are used to provide meat than plants, for example. Yeah, freeze fresh produce and leftovers if you don't have the chance to eat them before they go bad, and so on and so forth. So some of the recommendation and guides that you could personally do, but you could bring into the classroom and ask the students, choose the ones that you could contribute, you could do, or at least you could, I mean, not you personally, but try to convince your parents to do so. And I used to it happen in my classroom when I asked the students, we did this exercise, and the students they went home and they advocated this to their families, and they challenged the families. Let's say during one week they were using this sorting of their trash sorting, garbage sorting. It was very difficult, and they said, the mom called me and I said, what did you do? Because my son absolutely is, I mean, teasing us and challenging us all the time that we need to do it, like divide and sort the garbage separately. Okay, so some of the recommendation of very simple guidelines. Level 3, things you can do outside your house, not in the house, but outside your house. Shop only for sustainable seafood, for example, if there is. We do not have so many seafood here, but there is. There are now many apps like the one that you which tell what is safe to consume. Bike, walk, or take public transport. Save the car trips for when you've got a big group. I know that in Spain, I think, in the country, this country, because of this traffic jam and a lot of a lot of people and transport coming into the town, so they have this rule that the car could not enter this city or megapolis, enter this so Barcelona, I think Barcelona could not enter Barcelona out of the city if there is only one driver in the car. There has to be like 5 or 4 people in the car. That means it is recommended for the car to be put somewhere, I mean, in the entrance of the city and the parking lot, and then use the public transportation, which is easy. Which is not, unfortunately, in Chisinau, because I know my students, they used to live 3 quarters or 3, I don't know, quarters from the school, and their parents were bringing them by car, I don't know, telling and explaining that this must be very safe. Absolutely, it's not the contribution, and yeah, it's easy. It will facilitate the easiest way to get to school, but on the other hand, that's consumption of the I don't know, petrol, oil, gas, and it's less health. I don't know, health and lifestyle, for example. One of the projects that we did together with our students once, it was that during 1 week, we challenged the students from the school to come by bike. Not so many students, I mean, joined the first days, but after that, at the end of the week, there were like, I don't know, 20, 30 students that decided to accept the challenge and to come by bus. Of course, not by bus, by bike to school. Of course, this initiative ended after this project ended, but we tried, and this initiative was promoted and it was started by the students themselves. Bring your own bag when you shop. I know majority do that, but it's good to discuss with students, like, do you do that? Do you consider that when you go shopping, in particular when it's a big amount of goods that you need to buy together with the family? Why do you do that? How often do you do that? How can you do that? And so on and so forth. So maintain your car, for example. Donate what you don't use. Yeah. Like do not keep it, that if it's in a good condition, if you do not use, you better donate and reduce the level of production of clothes because people will not buy so many clothes and so on and so forth. So things you could do at work. And that was when I first found this, it was challenging for me that there were many things that I really do or I don't do at my workplace. I don't know, including like I don't know, printing, including the electricity, the computers which is turned on, and so on and so forth. But this is good to understand, and this is better like to use it and to bring into the classroom this guideline. The lazy person's guide to saving the world. So you could do sitting on the couch on sofa, you could change the world and contribute. So I do challenge you and do invite you to try to do it in the classroom with some students, of course, particularly with the students which are part of your, which I don't know, probably this is high gymnasium, and that will go also for no gymnasium. You could do some of them, but just adapting and using some of the guidelines, and also tips in the high school for sure. Okay, let's move on. Oops. Let's move on. Yes. I'm trying to find it. I cannot find. Something happened with my Nearport Teach live participation. I think it stopped. It stopped. Yes. It stopped teacher play. Continue. Something happened. Yes. Okay. Yes. Something happened. Another type of so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to show some of the resources that you could use in the classroom while teaching the UN Sustainable Development Goals, or step-by-step entering into learning, global learning. So this is absolutely could be done together with students of any age. It's like, what's on my plate? Stop and think about the global goals, of course. How far did my food travel to get to me, for example? Who grew or helped produce my food? So you just figure out what is the process of this food, and you could do it together with the students. And now, having the plate, what was my food packaging? How much food am I wasting it? What was my food packed in? Sometimes you could have a plate and you divide the plate, and you could see you ask the students to draw the plate and to their daily plate. For example, what do they eat for lunch or for dinner? And how much is fish, how much is, let's say, I don't know, fruit, and how much is vegetable, and how often, how much food do they waste? I mean, do they throw? Do they eat everything, or they sometimes they throw it? So this is a good exercise for the students to better understand what is the reasonable, what is needed for them, and how this throwing the food and wasting the food could reduce to, I mean, comparing to other students from other countries that may starve and may have it like the problem. Here is the link to the lesson plan, the same lesson plan that I was sharing. I mean, very similar to what I was sharing. I'm going to share with you now. This is called this is called the Plate Pioneers Food Project. Every plate tells a story. I really like this. The name of this lesson plan. Okay. Let me see if you could see it. Can you please tell me that you could see, just that I'm going to hear at least one feedback from you? Can you see it?
Yes.
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 Yeah, this is good because, I cannot hear absolutely anything, and I was thinking the problem is something is technical glitch might happen. Okay. So this is a lesson plan for which it is recommended for 9, 14 years old, but again, I think it could be done, I mean, depending on different age, and could be adapted. And it enhances, or it contributes to number 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, and 15th goal. So absolutely too many goals that you have it here. So doing that and teaching students this lesson plan, you could come to reaching or meeting or knowledging students about different types of the of goals. Yeah, so you will start with key vocabulary, where you will teach students about sustainability, development, goals, pledge. I mean, you would start with their essential questions. How can I support the global goals with the pledge to change my food? Of course, students will not understand the word the pledge with the contribution, with the how can I change my food choices based on the evaluation of food of my plate. This is the essential question, because when we eat something, we haven't often, how often have you thought about, oh my gosh, what happened with this food before it came to my plate? No, we don't think about that, because usually this is normal to have it, to cook it. My mom cooked, for example, or me cooked, and after that they have this plate in front of me and they eat. I like the food, and after that they go home, or I don't know, I go to do my classwork, or I do something else, without thinking much about how the food that I choose can contribute to their these sustainable development goals. Before that, it is recommended to have the step 1 activating prior knowledge. Introduce and discuss the process of setting a goal. As the teacher, share an example of a goal you have set, any kind of goal that you might have, and describe the process you took in order to reach the goal. For example, okay, I really want to learn how to drive a bike. Here is an example. So what I'm doing first, I identify the goal. This is what I want to do, yeah? Now I'm thinking, how could I reach it? Okay, I would need this, I would need a bike, I need someone to teach me, for example. And I put down some ideas even. How could I do that, and what should I do that in order to? So, and I make a step-by-step plan. You could discuss with students, of course, about this plan and how do they could share from their own experience. What was the most recent goal that you've attended and or attained, and how did you reach it, for example? Yes, after that, you introduce the global goals. Again, it's all about the global goals, and it's all the time connection with that. There may be, of course, from the previous lesson that I showed some activities about this global UN Sustainable Development Goals from the previous lesson we discussed, or there is a video introduced by Malala. Could you tell me if you've heard about Malala? A story of Malala.
Yes.
Yeah, so you could bring into the classroom, and sometimes I even ask my students to read her story or to show some pieces of extract from her story. It's the video where you could, or Serena Williams as well. So here are the links that set the scene and introducing the global goals in a child-friendly way, where these two children, of course, Serena is not children, but adolescent already. I mean, it's adult, but they were presenting, and you could use this video in order to introduce and to talk to children about their goals. Here are the links. You could have it in the right. Then you could write out the words sustainable and development and goals, and invite students to share their understanding. What do they understand from development? Yes, from what it's like development, it's growing, it's improving. What is sustainable? Yes, this might be a little bit triggering and challenging, because sustainable, even we as teachers and adults, sometimes we cannot understand. But sustainable is continuing, something which will long last, yes? And goals is an objective, something that we tend to have it. So in order to better understand this, okay, now you could connect the global goals to everyday life. And it's like, how can you do that? And this is the goal about climate change. what is the speaking about climate change, yeah, and this is what we've experienced even yesterday, that it was a very big storm, or any kind of, I don't know, what happening a lot, that 2 people died, for example, on Saturday, or I mean, it was something else about war, and war in the neighboring country, or any other war that happened, the poverty, and so on and so forth, something which somehow is connected to students' life. Then we have these learning activities about food and global goals. So here introducing food and the global video briefing, like explaining what is the problem with the food and how is it. And here is the video that you could click, and absolutely you could take, I mean, you could watch it. We are running out of time, and you have this resource, and you will have the chance for you to just watch by yourself step by step. After this, watching the video, you discuss about food and the sustainability, game development, and goals. Discuss the way the goals highlighted the link to the issue they sit beside of the poster, because here is a poster here. Generally speaking about this food, about this lesson, I really like this part of the activity. Yeah. So it's step by step going on to every day. Every plate tells a story. Here is the name, class, what country you're from, draw a flag, and what is the task of students? They will have to draw what they eat, what they absolutely eat. They will have, let's say, one day or for the lunch or every plate, like their plate. And then they are going to describe how the food arrived, who cooked, who packed, and so on and so forth. How much food do they eat? Do they use all the food? Do they usually eat everything? What do they do with their waste? Do they throw it? Do they have any dog, any pets that they feed after that? And so on and so forth. So this is absolutely connection. And after this plate, this exercise, they will analyze only one plate to how many goals is it connected. UN Sustainable Development Goals. Would it be connected to climate change? Would it be connected to surf energy? Would it be connected to seafood? Would it, and so on and so forth? To education, to gender, because speaking about that, like, I know families, for example, where traditionally in other countries, not in Moldova, where, for example, boys will be offered more food. That happens absolutely. I think even in our culture, for the boys, we are going to put more food than for the girls. Why? Because boys should be stronger and the girls should be what? Gentle and so on. I remember that in my childhood, and we have it in the cultural thing. So why is it so? Is it equitable or not? And so on and so forth. So this is program. Yes, I know. And now it's yes, Margareta, thank you. And this is, yes. Okay. So this is absolutely speaking about how could you integrate this My Plate activity into schools activities on everyday, like food and everyday, like asking students to think and to reflect upon their own experience. I'm going to leave this to you, so you will have a chance to better study and analyze this topic, okay, or lesson plans, and see how could you absolutely integrate. But before moving on, I would like to ask somebody to tell me, what do you think about this lesson plan or this activity, My Plate, connected to everyday plate to teaching students SDG?
Okay, please, Galina, first you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Galina.
Okay. So listening and admiring the way you presented this lesson plan, I was thinking about creating a partnership with other my colleagues who teach different subjects. They shouldn't teach English, but I was thinking about maybe dezvoltare personală, educație pentru sănătate, and so on. And we can have this transdisciplinary project or transdisciplinary lesson plan. So I'm really thinking about applying this to for the future to my different classes, we will think about that. But this is a really good starting point. Thank you, Olga.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Galina. And not only from this Voltari personal development, or I don't know, any other social humanitarian classes, but also science. Yeah, because you could do it not only intradisciplinary, but also interdisciplinary. Yeah, so having from science and language all together. I don't know, from geography as well, where you speak about raw material, how do they, which country do they come from, which is, so having this all together. And I'm just wondering, once I witnesses like science and language, English and Romanian all together, but I'm thinking what it be like, I don't know, science or chemistry, science, biology, geography, and English, for example. There is possible to do, and thank you very much. That's a good idea. Thank you for sharing. Okay, in case someone else would like to talk about this, so feel free, that's okay. Somebody wrote here, very interesting, good. Biology and chemistry, you're right, okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on. So these are the link that probably I'm going to show with you as well, where you will find in the materials, like, for example, the teaching material. So the first, speaking about your world largest lesson, I showed you only 2 lessons, but here you will find different lessons on US. No, you could join the world less education. It's okay. You could join. I would like to, now let me just skip it. Yes, where it's okay for you to select the topic, for example, theme, health and education, peace and justice, poverty and equality. Okay, it's free of charge. You could sign up. I don't want to sign it up now. Poverty and equality, protecting planet Earth, technology and community. Let's say peace and justice, for example. Yes, and it's for different age. SDG, you could say it. Okay, I would like to talk about quality education, for example, and they will appear a lot about quality education, the information and the videos and animation, video introducing climate. So all the materials they could use it, and I really like this one. So from where I stand, and it's for 2 hours, absolutely. But that's interesting to watch this video about the famous people, and I see the British actress expressing her points of view and standing for the SDGs. Let's say if you would prefer age group, for example, from 4 to 8, let's say age. Do we have any resources? There is only one. Explorer for the global goals. So that's a video, for example, yeah, a video or download where you could download not the video, but the lesson plans, or with the materials and cartoons and so on and so forth. Yeah. Yes, I once worked with them. Of course, yes, you're right. They're available, and you could see, you could download them. Another one, let's say, it's for the theme, resource type. For example, I want activities, I want books and comics, I want education training, educator training, if you want to find out by yourself something more, game, quiz, videos. So feel free to, let's say, about activities. Let me see, what do we have for activities? Okay, activities. Age group, I would say, let me see, this one and this one. Okay, language. You could even choose language, any language that you want here. So of course, it's English. Yeah. I have, everyone can be a goalkeeper or the power of peace. Let's click on that. We'll see. So there are different materials. You could download, and it relates to goals. If I click on this, here is the lesson plans. Yeah, the lesson plan, step by step, with many activities. So I just showed you how could you find the resources, useful resources that you could explore and choose for yourself, depending on the level of students, depending on the school that you are teaching and the level of the students that they have. Okay. Let me show the goal. Yeah, the link. Again, I'm going to share with you the link. Chat. There you go. Okay. Can you try to just American House? No, sorry, to everyone. To everyone, sorry, everyone in the meeting. Here, you're going to have it. You could click on it and see if the link works. So again, there is a library, a very useful library for teachers. You could just search the topic or theme or the information that you are interested about SDG, sorry, UN Sustainable Development Goals, age, what material do you want? Do you want it as a comic? Do you want it as a book? Do you want it as a video? Do you want it as a lesson plan? And you've seen that. Of course, it's up to you to explore, and it's very easy for you to, for example, you say I just clicked to anyone book list for teenagers, and it's upper secondary, yes, health education, related goals. Let me download. Yeah, and here is the book list where they will offer some books that you might recommend to teach students to read, for example. Yeah, so feel free to explore that, and because it's a huge, again, it's a huge resource and collection where you could find many more topics. Now, the last but not the least, speaking about introducing UN Sustainable Development Goals into the classroom, in addition to project, this is this resource, which is very methodically explained. And what we are going to do, let's have a look on it. Tell me, I share it with you. It is called integrating global issues in the creative English language classroom with reference to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This is how an English classroom could include the activities which will refer to meeting UN Sustainable Development Goals. So you have all these goals, and here is the content, all these goals in how many? It's 14 stages or 14 activities, 14 units, okay? So, for example, developing children understanding of the global goals, where you will have concrete activities and lesson plans, what you could absolutely do with your English language students in your classroom while teaching this. And poverty in all its forms everywhere. And hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Ensure, and so on and so forth. Sustainable, inclusive economic growth. So what does it include? It includes, let me see, and you have it 17, absolutely, it's more than, it didn't appear. Let me show you what does it include, and you could scroll it by yourself. Okay. Look here, activity 1, activity 2, procedures, materials, activity 2, and so on and so forth. So what we are going to do now, I would kindly ask you, I will stop sharing. Please copy the link. First of all, how many participants? Please copy the link of this material and this guide and have it opened somewhere on your computer. We are going to split into breakout rooms, and you will have, let's say, 10 minutes to discuss and to choose, just to look through it and to choose 1 or 2 activities that you liked it most. Of course, the book is quite big and it relates to different goals. Choose 1 or 2, you just scroll it and have a look and say, oh, this is interesting. We would like to talk about, we would like to present, we think it's possible to do it in the classroom. This is also possible, yeah? You'll have like 10 minutes to work on this, and after that you'll come here and you'll share. Is it okay? Is it okay? Good. Does everyone have this link open? I mean the one that I share it in the chat, because when you're going to move everyone, yes. So where is breakout rooms? Recreate. The number of groups will be fewer, yeah, so more people are going to be recreate. Okay. Yes, I'm opening them.
activități bune, absolut. Absolut, toate.
Ei bine, prima activitate se poate făcut și la clase mai mici, adică cei ce că se
Desigur.
pui la curent cu probleme actuale, așa, pentru informație, da, adică pentru se poate de implementat. În rest, adică, da, acolo de-am creștem după nivel.
Exact.
La gimnaziu, da, este acolo unde nu putem implementa, că da, este vocabular greu pentru ei acolo.
Dar dacă să ne uităm, de exemplu, după temele care sunt la contents, atunci teme destul de interesante sunt pentru materiale, foarte interesante. E extraordinar. Evident că nu poți să începi hop-trosc, chiar și atunci când treci de prima oară la unele clase. E extraordinar materialul de folosit, e extraordinar. Și atunci se poate, apropo, și într-un club. Și atunci ai din mai multe vârste și copii foarte buni. Asta a fost o idee de mea, dar eu, doamna Olga, nu pot să pun microfonul și nici video în grupul principal, nu știu de ce. Și asta e extraordinar pentru un English club, extraordinar. Sau pentru copii care au un nivel deja bun de engleză și de dezvoltat, pentru că aici au vocabular din toate domeniile, pentru că vine global goals.
Doar cum zice, să alegem elevii, da, deci ca un fel de English club cu un nivel mai avansat și exact ca cum se aleg și în consiliile astea, da, deci elevii mai bunișori, da, adică ei pot să facă și pot să lucrează mai departe și la proiecte, nu numai la teorie și...
Exact.
Da.
Eu așa văd, eu nu văd, pentru că noi, de exemplu, în sat, noi avem și elevi nu la liceale, dar la gimnaziale, și CES, și
exact așa.
care abia, și care sunt foarte buni și nici nu știi cum în 45 nu se inclus pe toți și cum se acoperi pe toți. De asta văd la ceva la un club ușor.
Da, exact așa.
Și atunci toate temele, una după alta, toate sunt bune. Dar, de exemplu, dacă luăm Sustainable Management of Water and Sanitation for All, aici vine, cum a spus cineva anterior, la climate change. Modern Energy for All vine. La Economic Growth, aici e strict la club, de exemplu, ca să mergi lecții după lecții. Quality Education vine deja evident tot.
Ok, aici poate fi online versus face-to-face education, da? Sau classes, cum a fost acolo, că independență. Pentru unii asta a fost calitativ, pentru unii online classes în timpul de COVID-19 vorbim, da?
Da.
Whether was it qualitative or no. Așa, deci eu am văzut acolo o temă Peace and Justice. Ok, nu știu cât e de corect, dar avem, dacă țineți minte la engleză, avem tema The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas, da? Deci acolo tema războiului, da? Și
clasa
este unde, da, ei pun pro-against, da? Și respectiv, adică putem să venim cu niște idei, adică la ce duce războiul, da? Deci până... și ok, din fiecare și rău, până în capăt ei trebuie să scoată și binele, adică la ce duce până în capăt, la ce ne învață, da? Ok, venim cu o lecție după război și după pandemie.
Da, corect. Tema 14 este extraordinară.
Da, Life Below
Combat Climate Change și eu țin minte că am participat în proiectul cu
Global Youth Service Day.
Yes, exact. Și iată, am făcut așa activități, s-au cerut, nu anul trecut, celălalt an. Și copiii cât de cât cunosc despre, că a fost așa un game acolo să participe, cu ce ar putea ei să facă. A fost anterior, lecția 2.
Ideea la manualul ăsta, credeți că e un manual care metodologic, deci un ghid metodologic pentru lecțiile engleze. Evident, el e diferit nivel și eu cred că eu am văzut că el mai multe pentru A2 în sus.
Da, da.
Da.
Dar de ce aduc mai multe resurse decât dumneavoastră, de exemplu, din link-ul acela care e cu UN Sustainable Development Goals, da? Care erau cu lecțiile cele făcute. Acolo poate pentru copilași mai mici, da? Folosiți niște elemente. De aici găsiți alte niște elemente. Deci încercați asta, nu trebuie blindly to follow all of the activities. De exemplu, uite, mi-a plăcut ideea asta, da? De exemplu, carsa ta, făceam acum cu Aliona în alt grup, eram, și ei zice, uite, acolo, de exemplu, deschizi ostia și arăți casa veche și uite casa mai modernizată. Ce a fost cu dânsa, da? Că e climate, e schimbarea, de exemplu, da? Care a dus-o și cum e energie. Sau, încă mai bine, noi avem școli care se renovează, școala veche, de exemplu, școala după reparații. De ce s-a făcut reparația? De ce s-a făcut acoperișul ăsta? De ce s-a făcut? De exemplu, da? Bun, noi lecția asta putem să o facem și discuția asta cu copii putem să o facem și cu ăștia mari, dar și cu ăștia de gimnaziu, în care tu îi spui, de exemplu, desenează școala cum a fost înainte. Desenează școala acum. Ce schimbare s-a transformat? Da? Și el îți spune, new Windows. Ok, de ce sunt new Windows? Deci, ideea este că toate activitățile astea ele pot să fie adaptate, ele pot să fie pentru copilașii ăștia, ca idee măcar să introducem momentele astea și să-i facem să înțeleagă. Nu așteptăm că numai, de exemplu, manualul să ne aducă. Manualele, noi nu putem să criticăm că, uite, manualul nu ne permite. Și noi mergem după curriculum, noi ne uităm curriculum. Dacă este momentul ăsta curriculum, noi ar trebui să mergem cu Global Learning, să introducem, pentru că să contribuim ca profesor, să ajutăm copiii să facem. Și pe urmă de acum, când am să merg concret la proiect, o să vă arăt și ca alternativă proiectul. Dar nu poți începe pur și simplu proiect sau să vorbești despre Global Learning fără ca să le spui lor ce înseamnă asta. Sau UN Sustainable Development Goals, că acolo toți vorbesc ca să fie, dar să înțeleagă că asta e unit de aceasta. Și uite, făcând proiectul ăsta sau făcând activitatea asta, pregătindu-vă, trebuie să-i pregătești pe copilaș un pic ușor ca să înțeleagă ce înseamnă asta. Eu vă las, cred că e mai puțin de jumătate de minută și închid asta și venim în grup să discutăm, ok? Chiar vă rog să
Da,
și...
doamna Olga, eu nu o să discut acolo, că nu pot să pun microfonul.
Liliana, scrieți! Liliana, scrieți!
Ok, bine.
Bine, scrieți, că eu am să citesc. Mersi.
Mulțumesc. Ok. 60 secunde.
You come back, yeah? Welcome back, everyone. So that was the last resource, methodological guidebook. It's written so, I mean, it's a high standard language, which is recommended by British councils, I think. What out of the activities that you've looked through and the topics that you've seen that, what do you think could be used in the classroom? Who would like to tell us? Lilia, can you please share your insights?
Okay, so as we discussed in the room, inside the room, so we aware of the same opinion, so we agreed that we can use almost all the topics. The major problem is to adapt them to the level of the students, depending on their level of English, depending on their age, because at different ages they understand the problem in a different way. First of all, we will start with making familiar them with the what is this topic about, or the problem. So they're not aware of what is sustainability or the global consumption of the different problems that are here in this book mentioned. So
Lilia, I'm sorry. Can you please read at least one or two topics that you think or you consider being interesting?
Yes, as I mentioned previously, so I would use, for example, a responsible consumption, starting even with the fifth form, because they have there the I don't remember exactly the topic, the topic about how to reduce how to be friendly with the surrounded world, and they have to make a list of rules or of steps that how can they contribute to the preservation of the electricity, water, and so on. So here even we can introduce the irrational consumption of food. Then climate action, it's a topic that we can use in the 7th, 8th, and 9th form. I'm talking a bit about me in the gymnasium. And peace and justice. So there is a topic in the 7th form, as I said, the boy in the striped pajamas. So this is the topic of war. So we have to discuss about the problem and to come. So we can make them come to a conclusion whether peace and war are favorable or they have some pluses or only drawbacks or minuses. So they will come with a conclusion about this topic at the end of the lesson. Okay, so these were the main topics that I consider.
And not only, let's say, not only about the word itself, I mean, because it's horror, but also how friendship and how being kind could help and save even life.
We can, yes, we can use them when teaching them some values, of course, like friendship, respect, and so on.
So despite of the war, despite of how horrified and terrified situation might be, the values could remain and kindness, and that might change the world, and people will not
We should stay human, and humanity is never.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, somebody else, please, from another group or somebody else from this group. If it's difficult for you, you could type. I mean, it's okay. I could read it. I know that Aliona was working on that. Aliona?
Hi again. So now, okay, we had a kind of discussion in our groups, but now I'm looking at activity 6 regarding climate change, revising our neighborhoods. And it caught my attention. It's very interesting for me. Why? Because you can involve students in improving the places where they live. So by realizing what sustainable development entails in practice, so they can improve their and consolidate their vocabulary and structures they have already been introduced to. And the focus is, okay, different levels actually, from B1 to C2, no matter the age, starting with 13 up to 16. And so they are, what are they to do? They can take pictures of different places and come to the classroom and analyze, discuss them, and depict the list eco-friendly, and share their opinion the way they can improve those places, what they can do to improve the places, those places. And they even asked to design using cardboard, canvas paper, construction paper, film, and so on and so forth. So they act as designers in a way, and then probably they can be asked to even to do more than this. Go outside, maybe to plant trees and so on and so forth. This activity reminded me of the project Global Youth Service Day. It also includes the community action and change, and very interesting.
Yeah, but Global Youth Service Day is actually the event which is like worldwide celebrated in April, and which is, I mean, the core concept of the Global Youth Service Day is UN Sustainable Development Goals. So that's the reason you might find a lot of interesting ideas that you could get inspired in order to organize different projects. I mean, SDGs. Global Youth Service Day projects. Okay, there are many abbreviations. Okay, do we have anyone that would like to share? Thank you very much, Elena. Thank you. So you've chosen a difficult topic. I mean, it's a little bit about energy, yes. Okay. Somebody else? Somebody wrote. Discover and prioritize the global goals looks a very interesting topic to develop for pre-intermediate students. This is Nicolina telling. I particularly like that there are prepared materials that we can download and use. Yes, of course. So that's ready-made lesson plans. You could just use it. I mean, probably not lesson plans following Moldovan standards, but the activities with the which you could download and the links inserted into their content, into the books as well. Okay. Do we have someone? Thank you, Nicolina. Somebody else? Somebody else that would like to share? No? What time is it now? Just following. Okay. 10 more minutes. I remember that I need to finish up in 10 minutes. I remember that. So thank you very much. Let's see. Actually, I've shared with you all the links, but let me share one more. So this is the video, the link of the video that you will find. Yes. This is the link of the video where you'll find all the nuances that I used for the presentation and for the Neoport lesson or Neoport activity. Feel free to use it in the classroom. This is first part, which you could scaffold it into different sections, the same I did, and ask students different questions. And after that, the second part, the third part, so it is divided for all or the majority of UN Sustainable Development Goals presented through their tragic impact on human and animal and Earth's life. The same that we've seen with their Australian wildfires and how people reacted, and that was the girl that was so scared, and we are trying to skip to evade from this, to flee out of this area with a lot of fire. So the same you could find. Let me see what kind of the lazy person guide I've shared with you. This one, and yeah, the majority I've shared with you. This is not the I mean, these are the resources that you could use in the classroom. Feel free to do it. Of course, you will find it in the presentation when we are going to have it at the end of the year of our program. Yeah. Okay. So this is very nice. Now, thank you very much for working on that and better understanding what this is global USDGs. What is this? And how is it important for us to bring into the classroom before talking about global learning? Because when I speak about global learning, we have to develop in our students the global thinking. What is with this global thinking? This is not only developing their knowledge or informing them, but also making them feel and have an attitude towards the situation and skills, do something, helping them or enhancing their abilities to change something, to do something. It doesn't mean that they have to change the world or the community that they live, because they would say the different ages and the students, but having the attitude, knowing what they could do and trying to do at least the smaller thing. This is global thinking. This is what we need to consider, and this is what we need to enhance during our EFL classes. Okay, so what are the domains or 4 domains of global competences? Because you would see in our curriculum, probably you'll see in our the modern approaches, educational approaches, everybody talking about global learning, global competences, meaning aligning to or helping our students to align and to do something in order to meet the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and not only, but developing some competences. When I speak about global competences, we refer to 4 domains. First, we have to enhance our students' abilities to or competence to investigate the world. When you say that I am global competent, that means that you know and you are curious to find out information and search for different information in order to see what is going on around the world, investigate the world. Students investigate the world beyond the immediate environment, not in particular what is going on in your country or in your, not in the country, sorry, in your community, which is important, but beyond the community. Comparing and see what is going on in other part of the world or in the neighborhood. Because I remember once I was talking to some, that happens unfortunately, I don't know, is it the teacher's mistake or the education mistake? Some of the students do not communicate, and I had it in my classroom, unfortunately. Once, one row of students, which were students from the village, and with another row of students in my classroom, they were high school students. They were from Chisinau. They were not talking to each other. And they didn't know about everybody's lives, because it's like this is stereotype between rural and village. It happened, rural and urban. It happened in my classroom. I remember I was walking so much in order to make people trying to find out more about each other. So sometimes people or students are more concerned about what is going on in their community or in their place, in their group. So what is their task? Our task is teachers to enhance their curiosity and teach them, help them develop this ability to investigate the world beyond the immediate environment. What is going on there? Compare what is going on in my community. Number two is recognizing perspectives. When students recognize their own and others' perspectives, like this is what happens here in my country, for example, in my region, in my classroom. How is it happening in other classroom, in other region? And speaking about this, sometimes it's like making comparison. And remember that we have in our notebooks, or in our student books, when we have what is going on in the US, what is going on in the UK, and then asking students to think what is going on in Moldova, for example, making these comparisons. Sometimes, I mean, it is kindly recommended when we teach one particular topic, we have to go through all of this, like comparison, in order to teach students to recognize this is happening in my own community and what is happening in another community, without criticizing, without judging, understanding that people, for example, celebrate in such a way and not in another way. For example, it's different way, and accepting this. Recognize without judging. You recognize different perspective. You're understanding that that happens in another country, that happens in another community, that happens in another village. The third step is communicate ideas. When we teach students to communicate the ideas efficiently with diverse audiences, how can you do that? It's like, good. You have this perspective. You see what is going on in different in your community, in different community, in other country, and then you express your point of view. We have many students that are very shy of standing up and expressing their ideas. They better, okay, I remember one of my students were used to say it. What do you think about this? I agree. And they absolutely hated my next question. Why? So teaching them to express their, to communicate the idea, to defend the idea and their point of view without humiliating or judging other ideas, just tolerating others. And with a diverse audience, with friends, with peers, I don't know, going online and so on and so forth. And the fourth, which is very important, competence, take action. Do not just speak up, but take action. What happens in our education system, or very often we would have like educational projects ended only at the level of the classroom. Students coming and bringing the poster, presenting what is going on, how do they see the world changing, and I don't know, any other topic, what they could change in their behavior, what they could, how to consume to make a more reasonable and logical consumption, without taking actions. Like taking actions, students translate the ideas into appropriate action to improve conditions. What you personally could do, step out of the classroom and you could do something outside. These are the four global competence domains that we would need to consider, or as teachers, we need to consider while doing this, in the classroom. Okay. These are the most valuable global skills that we need to think and how we to consider as well, like critical thinking. We're making people seeing from different perspective, not only not to judge, but seeing from different perspective. Like what does one say? Why is it saying another way? trying to understand and see it one point of view from different points of view. Speaking about individual and collective responsibility, enhancing global solidarity. When we speak about being involved in contributing somehow, anyhow, to what is going on. Conflict resolution. Speaking, and it happens in the classroom, for example, teaching students when there is a conflict occurred, somehow trying to get involved and support and participate in that as well, not just to fight, but to mediate the conflict and teaching them how to mediate the conflict. Education for sustainable development. This is promoting UN SDG, DGs in the classroom. And of course, it's civic education participation. This is just theory, of course, but at least we will regard to, I mean, we will be talking in the next, I mean, on Thursday. Why is global thinking important? That is your home assignment for you. Please think. Why do we need? Why is global thinking important for you personally as teacher or English teacher? And why is it important? Global thinking is important in the classroom, considering the fact that we have 4 global competence domain. Why in your classroom is it important to investigate the world, to recognize perspective, to communicate ideas, and to take actions? We will stop here, but before stopping here, I would kindly ask you to write in the chat some of their highlights that you've understood that you are taking with you today after today's discussion. So again, this is a program. It's not just workshop and workshop. We are going to have 4 sessions which will be connected one to another. So in order to help you at the end understand what is the iEARN, what are the project, what is global learning, and so on and so forth. So it's not the end, it's just the beginning. It's the introduction. But what is the input that you are going with today? You are taking with you today. If it's difficult for someone to write, feel free to tell us. Feel free to express your point of view. There may be just one question, for example. It appeared, one question arose in my head, and I'm just thinking, what could I do? What should I do? For example, it might be a statement. It might be a clarification for you. So.
As I see as our mission as teacher is to educate the future generation. Okay, so I think that it will be like a motto that together we can change the situation in the world and making responsible the pupils for the actions they take and for the things that they consume or for the actions that they do every day. Can change and can end the problem, at least if not in 2030, in the
I don't know, in the upcoming, in the future.
Yes, in the upcoming.
Yeah.
So that's why we can teach them the values, and we can make them aware of what they are having right now, and value what they can lose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Understand and validate.
Yes, understanding the value of what we lose if we don't take any action today.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Somebody else. Do we have anyone, do we have something written in the chat? No, I cannot see it. If somebody else wants to just contribute. Okay.
Okay, I will say something, Mrs. Olga.
Yeah.
So to be honest, from the very beginning, I was somehow confused, or probably I had 7 lessons today, or but finally I have understood that before starting an iEARN project, we need to tell our students, our group of students, what iEARN is, and to bring into the classroom all the sustainable goals. Yes.
Yeah.
To clarify all these goals through different activities you you have showed us today, you have suggested us. So we need to try in our classroom all these different activities, so in order they to be clear for them first.
Yeah, you're right.
After this, we will start a series project.
Yeah, you're right.
With another country, with another group.
Yeah, you're right. Of course, this is my perception, and I used to say it like because some other, I mean, probably other teachers who are in other countries, they just talk about iEARN projects and bring the projects and say, okay, you could apply and you could contribute and you could work. No, very often when we bring something to our students, they do not understand why do they need that. And this is not for the moment. It's good. The project is for the moment, but we need to make it sustainable for them to remember and to see the contribution in future. Connect to their mission. Connect. That's the reason we need to bring into the classroom these topics. We need to talk. Everybody says we need to. Nobody shows how. I was trying to show you some of the examples and the activities, how you could bring it in the classroom, how you could do that together with your students, how you could, I don't know, discuss this and make them reflect and think that they may contribute themselves. And after that, we'll be talking, because next time I'm going just to show some of the activities, what you could do about global thinking, and then we will move to the project. Because project is it's just, I mean, speaking about the projects and global learning, global service projects, it's the options of talking with students and making them global competent, taking action as well, and all this involving these all four domains in addition to other activities. Thank you very much. I'm just reading. There are so many of the topics to relate to global learning that I have not even thought before. Yeah, you're right. Today, a good understanding of the importance of the global goals for the students to know and be aware. A clear understanding of my future activity for the school year. Thank you, Liliana. This program introducing the real-life global problems and give us an opportunity to change our status from passive into active through the teacher to his students. Make all us think globally. You're right. Thank you, Marina. In honestly speaking, very often when we have this, I mean, we as teachers, sometimes we don't know what we teach. So it's good for us to understand what it is about, and after that, sending this message. So this is much more holistic. This is much more bigger picture than just going outside and doing one project. They need to think, why do they do that? Because that we contribute. Why do we contribute? Because I'm planting this tree that tomorrow, for example, that will grow and I could breathe, and so on and so forth. Yes. So if somebody else would like, thank you, Natalia. Yeah, I really, that's, I don't know, my purpose. Very often I change yeah, Nicolina. So she's trying to reach us as well. Good. At this point, I think I would like to thank you very much. Next time we will see each other in person. That's on Thursday. Thank you for joining and thank you for accepting, because we didn't know what the weather is going to look like. That's the reason we thought that that might be an alternative. See you next time, and next time we will be talking about global thinking, some of the activities, and then we will move slightly to iEARN.
I'm sorry, Mrs. I don't have the schedule. So next time it's on Thursday, 16.
This Thursday. This Thursday.
Okay, so the day after tomorrow.
So the day it's 3 at the America House.
At America House. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
On site. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On site, in person. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. It was very amazing.
Okay.
And have a nice evening.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.